Could you briefly describe specificity of the advertising in India?
Well, the advertising in India is booming since the economy is booming, and in our newspaper, we basically drive our advertising in two parts. One is national advertising, and one is local advertising. And local advertising is very city based, and national advertising is who wants the pan India or pan Jagran market solutions. And yes, advertising in newspaper is under little stress because of television, but different innovations which come into newspapers, which cannot be done over the television, is helping us in getting a lot of advertising. And the growth of advertising which Jagran is seeing is to the tune of about 20-22% per annum, which is, and the industry which is growing only at 12 to 13%. So we do a lot of initiatives and innovations for different advertisers to come on a newspaper and try the newspaper. And probably that's the reason it is so successful, because our main bottom line driven is by advertising and not by circulation. Circulation, the more the circulation which we have, the more the losses. So those losses needs to be covered by the advertising. So we have about 4,000 people, active people, who are selling newspaper advertising on day-to-day basis, day in, day out.
Impressive. Could you tell us more about those interesting marketing solutions, those circulations, I mean door-to-door campaigns which you practice in Dainik Jagran?
Well, we have a very unique way of doing, whenever we launch a newspaper, we contact that city citizens through an exercise which is called PCC, which is Personal Contact Campaign. We go door to door asking the readers which newspaper they are reading, what are the problems they're facing with the existing newspaper, and what is the new newspaper they expect. So we actually tailor make our newspaper according to the readers. And when we go in a bigger city, depending on the size of the city, our contact campaign is anything between 500,000 to 2 million, depending, on how big is the city. And we also do personal contact campaign with the existing cities of Jagran, to ensure that whatever newspaper or Jagran which they are reading, are they satisfied with it or not? And if they feel that there is something missing, we try and arrest it immediately. And that happens on every month basis. So we are like in constant touch with our end user, and we to ensure that whatever we are getting or we are giving is as per their requirement.
That's simple.
Yes.
Another question. I'm curious, how do you think, in what kind of advertising should local media invest, especially in nowadays?
When you mean what kind of advertising that the local media invest, means from the advertiser's point of view? Well, for them, the newspaper is the best way out, because we don't do a newspaper which is 100 pages or 60 pages or 80 pages. We do a newspaper of about 16 pages to 32 pages, depending on how advertising is. Our ratio of pages depends on the advertising which we are carrying. What is compulsory for us is that we need to give about 110 columns of news. Over and above that, if the pagination is going up, it is through the advertising. And the local advertiser in India mostly goes with the newspaper, because it is a very local phenomena for them, and outdoors is the second option. Radio is coming up, but radio, again, you have a chance of missing it. In a newspaper, if you put an ad in a local page, the OTS, which opportunity to see, is extremely high. So newspaper is the most preferred media for the local advertisers in India.
And how should local media fight for a new advertisement?
Oh, well, it's an ongoing battle, but yes, we have been lucky, because every year we have a target of, getting an X number of new advertisers in the newspaper. And we try very hard, because we go and understand the need, what they want and why they are not coming to newspaper. So if they want some innovations or they want some solutions, we get new advertisers. I'll give you one example. P&G, Procter & Gamble, historically has been a very TV-led client. They don't advertise much into newspaper. But we went there, we spoke to them, we gave them the solutions, we presented them the case, and today PNG is one of the largest clients in Jagran. So, depending, if I can meet their requirement at the right price, you can get a new advertiser. Because still, newspaper dominates the advertising market in India. On television, people advertise, but to catch hold of that kind of people, they need to advertise in few channels. That becomes very expensive. And normally, what in India people are seeing is once the advertising starts, the people start surfing the channels, what is happening on the other channels. So they miss out on the advertising. So I will not say that newspaper is the only solution, but newspaper, to miss out on advertising on a newspaper is very difficult vis-a-vis television. So it comes at a much lower cost.